Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
From the fourth quarter storytellers. Hey guys, let us introduce ourselves first. I'm going to say, hey y'all. I'm Cynthia Merritt and I am 60-ish. And of course, found myself looking at that retirement age with no substantial retirement savings and the possibility to live on Social Security for the rest of my life. Oh my gosh. And Miss Val.
Well, I am Valerie Davis. I am here because I am 53 and I am unemployed. I had savings. I spent my savings and I'm starting over from scratch. And hey, it's a test, but it's going to be a testimony in the end.
Okay, come on now. And here at the fourth quarter storytellers, we talk about building community for like-minded individuals, of course, sharing that information on health and wellness because we need that, have to have that, lifestyle options, financial improvement, and then talking about as well travel and relocation and a lot of other things too. But this is a safe place for us to fall and talk, no judgment involved. And like Brene Brown says, I always like sharing this, for shame to grow, it needs secrecy, silence, and judgment. And we have not one of those three items here. So we want to just share these stories and say, welcome in. And of course, if you have any praise reports on your journey, we love to hear praise reports. So we are going to get started today. Today, our topic is an important topic. Every week, we have an important topic in my mind, but today is networking at age 50 plus. And networking brings so many valuable opportunities to us. You have to be a networker. You have to increase your circle of influence, friends. And I always told my sons when I was raising them that if you're the smartest person in your circle is way too small. You always need to have people who know more than you, can teach you something more, and then you're teaching them something. So you guys are all sharing together, but you have to network. You have to network. One thing right now that's going on, well, a lot is going on right now. We need to be in networks because of the climate that we're in as a country. And you need to know things. You need to be prepared for things because things are upon us, honey. And the first thing, yeah. And so the first thing, Val, jump in if you need to say anything. But anyway, because you know me, I'll just be kind of just going on and on.
Just life is life, and honey, life is life.
Life is. Yes. Okay. So, an access to career opportunities. And I want to talk about this real quick because a lot of us at this age are still working. Some of us have been fortunate enough to retire early, but a lot of us are still working. Even me at 60-ish, I'm not even planning to retire until, say, 67 years old, and my health is still good and I plan to keep it that way. But expanded connections. So at this age range, you have throughout your life and your career experience developed many circles of substantial networks. So you need to keep this strong and build upon it every single day. Everybody I interact with, I find out from them two things. How can you help me? And how can I help you?
Yes.
It's about that reciprocity. I've never been a taker. I've always been a giver. And so when I'm looking, but see, when I find someone to whom I can give, I always find out, what can you give me? And it's not necessarily anything for me, but it might be for some other people I know. I may be able to bless someone else with the gifts that you can bring to me. And I don't necessarily mean financial, although I'm not turning down any financial. But if it's mental, if it's educational, whatever it is. So
building.
Absolutely, Val. Absolutely. So, and then mentorship and guidance. When it comes to mentorship and guidance, we all need a mentor. all of us need a mentor. So, and we all need some guidance from whatever area you're looking at getting into. But what I wanted to talk about here too with the mentorship is that generational wealth is not necessarily just for your family.
Mhm.
It's younger people that you can help set on the right career path or the right life journey, whatever it is. I always love to think about that statement, each one teach one. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
just find a younger professional, somebody that you can pour into their lives with the experience that you have and just guide them however they need it. Because I don't like to give unsolicited advice. But if someone asks me, child, you better get ready to get out a notebook and a pen because we're going to be taking some notes up at this camp. But that also can, and they can also enhance your professional value because you can actually put work mentorship into your resume as a
Mm.
skill. So that can help a lot with that. And then job search and career transitions, because a lot of us, especially with the job market like it is, are having to switch our businesses or our industries and look for part-time positions and provide different insights and referrals and things like that. I'm super huge on referring people, always sending somebody a job that has come to my attention that I may not be a good fit for or may not even want, but somebody else might be perfect for. So, and then starting that business. Ooh, that's my main thing. Everyone needs to have their own business. Let me say something about that right quick before we move on. So one thing I learned from Donald Trump in his first administration, and he stuck to this, and I know that this is something he loves, business people.
Mm.
He said, if you are a person, then he started talking about cutting taxes.
Mhm.
Business people, and you have to read between the lines. What he was saying is that if you have a business, there are so many tax deductions that people aren't aware of if you have a business. And
Right.
those are the people, it's the workers, the W-2 workers who are
Mhm.
actually paying the most in taxes. And now they're going to be even more.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
but if you have tax deductions, legitimate legal tax deductions, so reach out to your CPA, but you can win. You can win with the tax game.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. And also, Cynthia, if you don't mind, I just want to interject 1 second.
Mhm.
When you was speaking of switching industries, at some point it will be really good to have someone come in on the show when it comes to switching industries, because there are lots of people that are going through career changes, but it's not as easy as simple as people are making it seem. It's more
Yes.
than just creating wording on your resume. It's a technique to it. So at some point, if we can have that, that will be really good, because there's a lot of people that's switching industries that's going through that career change. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, most definitely. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing, I'm going to back it up to when you were stating about mentorship and guidance. When you talk about mentorship, just like it says in the Bible, I got to go back to it. Just like it
Mm-hmm.
says in the Bible, you have to sit at the foot of the master in order to learn
Mm,
properly and go forward. Have
absolutely.
to do that. So you have to have that proper mentorship. And some people feel that you have to be in that industry for 20, 30, 40 years. But now times are so different. You can have someone that has mastered their technique within 2 to 3 years, 8 months to 2 years. And that person will still be a good guidance. So don't ever just take a look at the years of when you're looking at trying to find a mentor. Look at what they know and how they're presenting that information. Get that mentorship.
Absolutely. That is so, so, so valuable, Val. So, yeah, definitely look at that with your mentorship. Look at the insights and the experience that they have, not necessarily the numbers of years.
Mm-hmm.
And we will have someone come on because I have worked with a few resources that have groomed me and talked to me so much about transferable skills. And that's
Awesome.
why I love talking about how you can get that into your resume, because
Yeah.
everybody who's listening to this video has
Mhm.
transferable skills that you do on a regular basis daily,
Yes. Yes.
that you can learn how to get on there. So we'll have that, and we'll have some financial advisors and people coming on, and yeah, we'll get all that good stuff in here. And so knowledge exchange, so staying current, networking is going to allow you to stay up with the trends and just with things that you like, activities that you like to do. Anything that you like to do, just learning from them. People who have wealth of experience in different things like gardening, knitting, sewing.
Mhm.
I was telling my mother-in-law the other day she needs to start a YouTube. Listen, everybody needs to have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Everybody needs a YouTube channel
Yes.
because everybody is an expert at something.
Thing. Mm.
Everybody is an expert at something,
Mm.
whether it's cooking, sewing, crocheting, art, whatever. And so she sews, and I told her, you need to start a YouTube channel giving some sewing lessons
Mhm. Mhm.
on YouTube. Watch that thing grow. So
Yes.
anyway, yep. So that's what I was going to say about that. So then personal growth, just having those diverse perspectives, connecting with the people from different backgrounds. I love that. Just enriching your perspective with people who have new ideas and inspirations for both personal and professional growth.
Mhm.
So just staying with that diversity, you guys. We know we hear about DEI right now, diversity, equity, and inclusion in your life, honey.
Yes.
So, and a sense of belonging. So, if you belong to a professional or a social group, or just any circles of like-minded, interests, things like that, if you belong to that group, you can maintain a sense of purpose and connection. And then this is really, really important during life transitions. So, because that can get you down and depressed. And I was watching something now that we have our new head of the HHS. Um, he's looking at getting rid of unnecessary people who are on conditions for medication for conditions of depression. Now that's interesting. When you're starting to mess with people's mental health, that's scary. And he wants to get rid of people taking unnecessary medications for depression. That's
Oh
interesting.
my goodness.
Yeah, it's just it's bad. It's working against us
Mhm.
as
Mhm.
people, as citizens,
Right.
for money, for the monetary rewards, and it's sad. But anyway, I digress. So but yeah, so we have to be careful with that, because this kind of thing, the sense of belonging, staying in community is super important, so you can have that support. Because if you start going through some stuff and all of a sudden you can't get your antidepressant medication if you're on some, then it could be a scary result.
It could be
So
a deadly result.
yes,
It
yes,
could be a deadly result, and that's something that we don't want or don't need.
and yeah, and so I was in a community meeting yesterday, and we were talking about the goals of all this, the guttings and the things like that, and with the Social Security and the Medicare and Medicaid, WIC,
Mhm.
food stamps, SNAP,
Mhm. Mhm.
gutting of that. What does that leave you? Death. And my thing was, because there's some people who won't get health care, won't get food,
Mhm.
won't get their money to pay their bills and their rent and their mortgage because they're not getting their Social Security check,
Mhm.
and that's what they're living on. And that leaves us homeless, dead,
Ooh,
you
and
know. So
there, honey.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so keep your mental right. Just and stay prayed up, because we're in a time like never before. So increased confidence and just engaging with that networking event will allow us to have communication skills, sharper boosting of our confidence, because we know people have our back and are by our side, and people who that we have something in common with, or we can feel a sense of belonging. Okay, and Val, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
All right. So let's just talk about networking from a business and entrepreneurial standpoint, business and entrepreneurial opportunities, partnership and collaborations. So if we're considering entrepreneurship, networking provides us access. It provides us access, guys, to potential partners, investors, also clients. Okay. So then we can also have those new adventures. We can now look at new adventures, whether we're starting a consultancy, writing a book. Cynthia mentioned that a couple of episodes ago about writing a book, or launching a product, as well as just creating that strong network and that strong sister or community hood that we need, so that we can help each other reach the right people and each other grow. So having that partnership and collaboration is really really important. I myself has been trying to venture out and do a whole lot more networking from a business standpoint as well, to collaborate with more of the assisted living facilities in the areas. And
Okay.
having that community really helps, knowing what to do, where to go, and what to say. And then when you're also looking at those networking events for things like this, you got to make sure that they are for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you
Yeah.
have some networking events are just to meet and greet and drink.
Right.
And then you have some networking events that will actually move you in the direction that you need to have those quality type people there. So you want to research and make sure that you're attending the correct networking events, so that you can, from a business standpoint, make those connections and collaboration.
Okay.
So that's really important. That's really key when you're taking a look at those. And then also we want to talk about reinforcement and reputation and trust.
Mm.
You got to have that
Got
trust,
to.
that strong professional reputation, kind of what I was just thinking of telling you about. It's
Hmm.
got to have that strong presence there.
Yes,
You want to
because
be on top of your game.
yeah, and I was just thinking when you said that, because I thought about what you just said with that
Hmm.
trust. You have, and I'm thinking you with that, you really have to follow your gut. We have that intuition, and
Hmm.
you can tell when you go into a group if they have the right agenda. And if
Hmm.
it's not your agenda, you need to say deuces. Y'all have a good evening.
Bye bye
Yep,
now.
exactly.
Pretend you're a flight attendant. Bye bye now.
I
Get
know.
out of there. Save your time and energy. So you want to have that strong professional reputation, having a well-established network. Okay. If you have that well-established network, that could amplify your credibility to 2000,
Mhm.
especially if we've earned that trust over the years. So now that goes back to stepping into a society where you've already known these individuals, and you've been following them and talking to them, building that trust. Okay, so earn that trust over the years. That really makes makes a big difference. And then you want to have a great support system. That speaks enough right there. Having that great
Yes.
support system, a supportive network. You want to have a supportive network of friends, colleagues, maybe, okay, and acquaintances. And that you can have those acquaintances, and that can help provide guidance and encouragement during difficult times. So when you're not feeling at your best, or you're not where you want to be, because we all have goals, right?
Hmm.
We always set those goals. And if you don't meet your goal at that particular time, that sometimes that put you in a different headspace. Well, you're
Mm.
going to need that support system to push you and say, okay, so you have not met this goal by the end of 4 months. Okay, let's push that goal back 4 more months.
Mm.
Let's come up with a strategy. Let's come up with a
Yes.
plan. So now you got someone that's really there for you, not just to see what you're doing and try to take from you and take your ideas, but someone
Right.
that's there to support you. Okay.
Right.
So when you have those people in those difficult times, um, career wise or personally, it really matters and it's very helpful.
That's a must. That is a must. That's something we have to have because, like you said, those people propel us. And a lot of people in those situations, they can come in, your support system can come in and see things from the outside looking in that you can't see. And so it's great, valuable guidance at that point. And I will say too, with the networks that you have built up over time, with my profession, my career profession, I have a circle of individuals who are in the same profession that when one of my projects ends, then I can pick up the phone and call and say, "Hey, are you working on a project? Do you know of any others?" And we just tell each other about them, and give that inside connection, and even can refer them, to one of the projects. So yeah, it's awesome. That network is amazing. And
You build
trust,
those,
absolutely.
yes. You built that relationship with those individuals, and now you can trust each other, and you're always looking out for each other.
And you can vouch for them. Yes.
Perfect. That is so true. Validation, huh?
Absolutely.
So let's also just one more thing. I just want to talk about social and emotional benefits of networking. Now, sometimes people don't think about this, but it also helps you to reduce loneliness, building and maintaining relationships that can keep us socially engaged. So now we're getting out of our comfort zone. We're no longer just sitting back, not thinking, what if? Okay, it can keep us socially engaged. It's very important. It's needed mentally, and it's for your best emotional well-being. So you want to reduce those that loneliness by social and by networking, getting out socially, and it takes care of those emotional needs. Okay, it also serves as a sense of purpose. Networking can provide you with renewed sense of purpose, especially as we approach retirement age and starting new ventures. Retirement age for Cynthia, as well as starting new adventures for Cynthia and myself. So that social and emotional benefit of networking comes into play for us, and it's really needed. So if it's needed for us, we know that it's needed for other individuals. All right. I can't wait to approach retirement age, because with the information that I'm finding out now and the things that I'm implementing and putting into place, I'm going to be ready for retirement age.
Absolutely.
Because we're
Absolutely.
ready. So
Yes.
that's what this is for. So if
Yes.
we haven't done something, if we're a little behind the 8 ball, that's what this particular show is for, to get
Absolutely.
you back on track. And it takes some time. Don't put a time limit on it. So just work on doing it, not get frustrated thinking about the time limit. But so let's get that social and emotional benefits for when we're going out network, and let it improve us. Let's reduce it.
Absolutely.
It's okay. Let's get that sense of purpose going, guys.
Absolutely. And, and that made me think about something. I have a girlfriend who, sometimes in the morning during the week, she would call me and she would ask me what I was doing. And I said, "Oh, just putting on my makeup." And she's like, "Oh, it's early. It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Where are you going?" I'm like, "Nowhere right now. Girl, you gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready." Okay. So if somebody called me in 30 minutes or an hour and say, "I need you to do this," I can just jump up, grab my purse and keys and go. So yeah, we gotta stay ready.
Always be ready.
Absolutely. So so here's some tips too for the networking after 50, leveraging social media. So we know that LinkedIn, it's a good platform. LinkedIn and Indeed are good. You have to be careful with those because they have some things out there that can be scammy. So you really have to be careful with those, but you want to leverage social media. You want to use them, as much as you can. And that way you can connect with those peers that you have in the different industries. And then you can join industry groups. So this is where you'll have conferences that you can go to, meetups that you can go to. Alumni networks are really good because you can connect with them and trust most of those because that's where you went to school, and just align with the interests and the skills there. And then one thing I do want to say about retirement, if for me, retirement doesn't look like everybody else, honey, because when I retire, I'm not going to be sitting at home going out and just watering the flowers and stuff like that. I am always looking for, and am right at this point in my life, starting new things that I can do via this wonderful internet, from anywhere in the world globally. And just, just always, I mean, there's so much that we can come as far as not that, and that goes along with the networking, because we're building that knowledge. Get in the groups who, you can find out about what's going on. How can I, gain these skills and this and that and this and that I can add to my portfolio of things that I can do that are transferable to this new job function or whatever. So there's so much that we can do right now to, like Val said, set us up for that new venture, not retiring just to sit at home, because that's the last thing I'm going to be doing.
I know that's right.
Yep. And then attending conferences and workshops. Those are great events, to meet people, meet new people, and share those professional interests.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are great tips. And just to add a few more, you want to stay open and you want to stay curious. Age should not be a barrier. It doesn't matter how young we are, how old we are. Age should not be a barrier. So actively seek out conversations. Share your experience. As we're doing here, share our experience. There's something that you've experienced and that may be good for someone. Be open about it. Be open to learning from others. Sometimes that becomes a barrier for all of us. Be open to learn. Give out your information and help someone else learn. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So stay open and curious. And then networking, again, at any age, it's about creating lasting connections. And at our age, 50 and up, it's also about leveraging wisdom, expertise, and experience, guys. So the older we get, we have some wisdom. We can give it and we can receive it. So we want to build deeper and have more meaningful relationships. So networking is more about building those relationships. It doesn't matter your age, young or old. It's a purpose. Okay.
Absolutely. So yeah, because we always think about networking, and many people go directly to, networking for a job, but it's more than that. It's so much more than that. All right, Val, we're ready for the word, girl.
All right, let me give you a Bible verse for today. Now let's see here. I had several, and then my phone started acting up. Okay. Let's see. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I do believe that's 1 John 4:21. See, I'm on it today, y'all, but hey, I just been up really early, but I got you. But I can just tell you this. I can tell you this, that I pray that God gives us all strength, preservation. I pray that God keeps us all moving and give us what we so desire, what we need, when we need it, and how we need it. May the good Lord bless you and keep you. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Thank you, Val. Amen. And y'all have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. We will see you next week.
Next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.